Oh, it's really pretty amazing. We don't exactly know how they can do it, but we know they can do it. And this dog, no doubt, was trained specifically for that. And they're trained on either saliva or sweat samples from type 1 diabetics as their blood sugar drops.
But they detect these changes through their sense of smell. Is that correct?
Yes, it's all about smelling.
And can you talk a bit about how these animals are trained to detect these kinds of things?
So the way we train one of these dogs is similar to the way you would train a bomb dog. So we take samples from patients with type 1 diabetes, and at the same time, we know what their blood sugar is. And we teach them that the smell of that saliva sample is associated with a good thing, usually a treat. And so with our dogs, we have them smell that, and then they get a treat when they smell it. And they start to learn that whenever they smell that smell, it means that there's something that's going to follow that's really good.
Wow, it really is incredible. Dogs are also able to sniff out cancer. Is that right? I read that one study reported by National Geographic that dogs were able to detect breast and lung cancer between 88 and 97% of the time. Are dogs being used to help diagnose patients right now?
No, right now we're really limited to pretty much research scenarios. Currently, our ovarian cancer detection program is also in a research phase, but our dogs are very good at detecting blood samples from patients with ovarian cancer versus normal or even benign ovarian disease.
That is just mind-boggling. Tell us a little bit about their olfactory, their sense of smell. Obviously, it's way more powerful than what us humans have.
It's incredible. And I like to think about dogs sort of seeing in color. You know, we see in color, they smell in color. Their sense of smell is so much better. And we can't even really put good numbers, but, thousands of times better. And for so many reasons. They have more genes, they have a bigger part of their brain to process it, they have more space in their nose, and they're just so good at it.
When it comes to epilepsy as well, there are seizure dogs, right? I mean, what are they trained to do? Are they also trained to sense, when a patient is about to have a seizure? And how do they react during a seizure?
So the epilepsy dogs are trained, and some of the training is really difficult because mostly we rely on dogs that naturally seem to respond because we don't know if it's an odor. And so that's a real challenge, especially from a scientific perspective. We'd want to know what these dogs are responding to, but they usually alert their person anywhere from 5 to 45 minutes beforehand so that person can get into a safe spot.
That story about Luke was really touching and really amazing, but I'm sure you hear stories like this all the time, service dogs saving humans.
That's absolutely what they're about. They're about saving lives. And the diabetic alert dogs are so important, especially for the parents of these young children that have type 1, because nighttime is a really scary time.
And is there a specific breed of dog that are trained in these kind of medical fields, I guess?
Not really. I think there are a lot of different dogs that can do this. We work pretty much with our hunting breeds or our German Shepherds because we're working in a lot of other areas for detection. But there are a lot of different dogs that have shown a lot of talent in these areas.